Welcome to Your Music is Bad and You Should Feel Bad. This is your host, Matt Lee. Today we're talking about power metal and how bad you should feel about listening to it.
Let me pretend that we started now. Okay, so today we have Jamie here as usuals.
Hi.
James Chen is here again.
Hello.
From the Kanye Part 2. And Matt Soares is here for the first time.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good to have you here, Matt. So we decided to talk about power metal, and I tried to. We're trying something new in terms of. I made a little Spotify playlist, so we have more examples, and we make sure less guesswork on the part of the listener. So I went on Facebook and I asked my friends for their best, a best and worst example of power metal, so I could kind of give an overview of this is what's kind of cheesy about it, and this is what's cool. This is why people like it, and this
Thank
is
you,
why.
guys.
So thanks to everyone who responded.
With intelligent responses.
Right.
To those who didn't.
Right. Right. So I particularly wanted to thank William Say, Kyle Rose, and Sumit Dandekar, who gave me a lot of very in-depth suggestions, and kind of, well, I'll get to that in a second. And a special no thanks to Ben Adler for the 0 actual suggestions. Anyway, so he came in and said something about what's your cutoff for power metal? And I was like, well, I actually, which will be in the playlist. Here, I'll start us off now, so we kick off the playlist. One of the first tracks that I wanted to show, because I kind of consider it probably the beginning of European power metal. It's the earliest. I mean, it's from '88. The band is Halloween, and this particular song I used just because it's not the earliest song, but it's the song that they always play and has been covered by 10 other power metal bands. It's just the most over-covered song ever.
And inspired The Nightmare Before Christmas.
And it's called I Want Out.
I haven't heard this in a long time.
I've never heard this before.
Really?
Have you, Matt?
I have not heard this either, no.
Okay, vocals in 1, 2, 3, and...
Gotta break it down for the verse.
Psych.
Now, the vocalist on this song is Michael Kiske, who is, from his time in Halloween, one of the more legendary European power metal singers, who, after Halloween, stopped singing metal for 15 years or something.
To do what?
To just try to sing pop, rock music or other stuff. He was just no more metal. Yeah, you hear it now.
There he goes. Now he's going up.
He was kind of like a German Jeff Tate. When Jeff Tate was good.
Assuming all are Kramers.
So,
or Jacksons.
A thing I noticed is that... Let me turn down a little bit. So one of the things I noticed from the responses was there was an immediate issue with people trying to decide what was the good power metal and what was the bad power metal.
What would you consider this?
No, this is good. Well, this is also early, though, so it's this isn't derivative as much as the stuff that sounds exactly like this but came out 2 years ago.
Right. It's one of those things that you have to keep in mind, that this is kind of what set the genre to begin with.
You're right. And it's not that, to be fair, the genre is, or power metal is sort of, there is a noticeable formula to it, and part of the issue is that it seems that modern power metal, to a lot of degree, has sort of said instead of being like, okay, we don't want to get too cheesy, or they've just embraced what a lot of people don't like about power metal, and kind of like, so power metal's kind of doubled down on itself, and so yeah, so in some ways, I'd say that kind of makes it an inherently regressive genre, but. Which is why, for the purposes of this post, I was very specific about my criteria, and I was constantly telling people, no, that doesn't count as power metal, because I was going for like the modern prevailing definition, which I think is pretty much still this, right? It's like post-Iron Maiden, a little faster, but kind of the same basic ideas sped up a little, and like happy, triumphant choruses.
I was going to say a little more theatrical and virtuoso, kind of like lofty, mythical kind of ideas in music.
Suspended fifth chords, constantly just like following the bass line is following that with the root.
Yeah, there's a lot of roots being played on the bass, a lot of power chords and just pedal notes and chugga chugga chuggas.
Yeah. I mean, you're saying that this is post-Iron Maiden, right?
This is almost concurrent, slightly post. Right, slightly post, but like 88. I think they started in 86, which is why I don't consider Iron Maiden power metal, even though a lot of people would. I would consider them proto-power metal.
Okay,
they're like
they stand.
They're the
kind
new.
of like these guys.
I consider the whole new wave of British heavy metal. A lot of it is like proto-power metal. Mm-hmm. It's the stuff that, like, clearly you hear Iron Maiden in power metal.
There's that continuity of the Eagle. My buddy who's a Scorpions fan, Douglin. He says that there's always this continuity of what he calls the Eagle, and I think that was it a minute ago. Not even like necessarily like the sustaining of vocals over way too much of a period of time, but there's just over.
Motor rhythm.
Is that motor rhythm?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it? Motor boating.
A lot of motorboat rhythm. Now, this song, it's just because my friend mentioned this band. This is a band called Angel Dust. They're a German band. They weren't around very long. This came out in 1999.
Okay.
I thought this was a great example of power metal that didn't succumb to, like, the cheesy form. It's still obviously
the cheese.
Right.
You called it the cheese a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Well, and that is one of the kind of defining characteristics of original power metal. But as you were saying earlier, as it kind of progressed, people kind of doubled down on that and just took that to be the sole characteristic.
Right. And this is, like, here's an example. This band played prog power. That's where I know them from. And they're not really that progressive, other than they're more interesting than other power metal. Like, they had a little piano intro and stuff. The vocalist has his own kind of style. He's got a little grit to it.
We've paused because Jamie has an interesting look on his face right now.
I'm kind of waiting for him to, like, express something about that.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. Well, the first thing that came in was the pianos, and I was like, why is that not like pipe organs in the background, more synthy? And then that would be more power metal-y to what I would know. And then, I mean, this might be because we're going left and right here in this case, but the voice is just like over delayed.
Yeah, we're probably.
Is that just to emphasize
we're probably
epicness?
hearing half of the. Right.
Well, what do you get on your side? Is it like?
Well, no, we're all getting the same thing.
Oh, right.
We're all getting one side of it.
Oh.
The other side goes to nowhere.
I mean, it's just going. It goes to nowhere. That's a great song name. Yeah, it's.
We're probably only getting half of, like, the harmonies.
No, it's about the delay and the reverb on it. It's like it just bleeds epicness, which is totally power metal from what I would understand. Yeah. I'm the lame duck in this case. I could pick up a guitar and put on, like, mild Mesa gain on it, and then, like, play chugga chugga chug on fifth chords all day long, and then, like, come up with a melody line, and then you're like, cool, here are the thirds above it, and that's power metal to me. And then, inside my day.
So here's another example of, like, this next example is another, like, is this good? Okay, so here's what we basically come down to, and this is probably going to be something along the lines of the title of this episode, is what I learned from asking people on Facebook is that most of what makes good or bad power metal is the power metal criteria that you like. Like, if you like the chugga chuggas, if you like the triumphant major chorus, this isn't your power metal, but the other one is, so it's which part of the power metal do you prefer, and if a band is like, heavily doubling down on that part of it,
right,
you might like it, somebody else might be like, that's all the stuff I hate about power metal.
Is Dio proto power metal then to you?
Is what?
Is Dio.
Dio's proto, yeah. He's totally, he's proto metal.
Okay.
He exists since long before metal was actually metal,
right,
even though he did play metal in, like, starting in the 80s.
Well, it's like, somebody... I would align 3 people in a group here, and not because of their genre specification, but let me just go for 3 frontmen here. Other than the fact that they all wore the exact fucking same makeup. Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, and Dio. Right? But
Yeah.
the music is not the same because Alice Cooper's was more punk-driven in a rebellious sense. I mean, if you take him, like, way back, until it got to, like, Poison, like that. That's one example I can think of, something that leans more into power metal, but I would never call him power metal at all.
Right. Yeah, they precede it.
I mean, what you've played so far, you would say is power metal, and good power metal at that.
Yeah,
Do
pretty
you
much.
say-
I mean, it's 2 songs.
does it say-
Well, let me preface this next one because it's
Sure.
about to start.
Did they embrace
After
the
he does
cheese?
the last screamy bit. No, the next one is embracing the cheese to the maximum degree. But the counterpoint to that is it's the guy who started this band is a producer, and so it's really well produced, and they're basically not fucking around trying to be innovative in any way.
Right.
But the result is, like, if you're cool with that and you don't mind metal about metal, then this might be the band for you.
Wait, if you... Oh.
Dream Evil.
Have you...
Dreamy.
You guys played this for me.
Yes. The Book of Heavy Metal.
Yeah. That's too much gain for power metal. Power metal's crispy sustained.
Well, they have faster, more... This is probably the least, like, representative power metal song, but I
more
had
about the
to use
story
it
of the
because it's metal about metal.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's the only Dream Evil
the
song
entire
I would
point is
put-
it's a tongue-in-cheek song about metal. Drop D if anyone's interested.
Is he the singer, by the way? The producer you're talking
No.
about? No. Guitars?
The singer is Nicholas Eisfeld.
Asphalt?
Eisfeld.
They're Swedish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Swedish.
Oh, God.
Gus G from Firewind on lead guitar.
Gus G, also Ozzy Osbourne's guitars.
That's right.
That guy is a twat. No, he really is. I met him. Also, his Eclipse guitars suck. Matt, when we were a place that is a guitar store, when we were at a place. Oh, Jesus Christ! I mean, that's embracing the cheese to the maximum degree.
No, did you get the chorus?
Yeah.
It's, am I a wannabe? Have I not dignity? I'd give up all my life to be in the Book of Heavy Metal.
I just see Jack Black taking his shirt off, doing the Flames devil dance to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gus G is his guitar, the EC. It was like based off of an EC Deluxe, right? Something like that. But it had a kill switch on it. There was a toggle switch additionally. When the thing broke after me using it for like, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which sounds terrible. I mean, this is a digression where I'm just taking a dump on Gus G.
Yeah.
But
I'm
you
not a
know
big
what?
fan
For
of
this,
Gus G.
then yeah, why not? I don't. Also, he was a twat when he came in.
He's
When he came in, you mean to...
He came in to a
everything.
place.
He's like, I don't know. Like, he played with Ozzy for a minute, and like I think he played with Dio for a
He
minute.
still
but
is.
it's
He's
like,
been Ozzy's guitarist for quite a while now.
or maybe he didn't. No, he didn't play with Dio. Somebody else did. But yeah. But like after nobody gives a shit who Ozzy's guitarist is.
No, it was only
Nobody's
Zakk Wylde.
cared since Zakk Wylde, and
Right. Well, before then, it was a series of people that people gave a shot about.
right before. Well, Zakk Wylde and before, yeah. But the dude after Zakk Wylde, do you remember his name?
Oh, after. No, I don't.
Exactly.
Oh, no, I
And that's
don't.
exactly what-
No,
Exactly.
I'm talking about.
I'm pretty sure it was Joe
No,
Holmes or something like that.
No. Oh my God! Now you've got me brain farting about what's his name that died? Randy Rhoads.
No, Randy
no,
Rhoads
that
was the
was
first
in,
guitar player.
Right. Right, but I don't know
talking-
the people in between. I'm talking about that there was a
It
series
was
of...
Randy Rhoads,
Right.
Jake E. Lee, Zach Wilde.
But
Everybody after that doesn't
but
matter.
numerically before that, I'm saying there were at least people that did matter. Now nobody
Right.
gives a shit.
Right, I'm saying after Zach Wilde, it hasn't mattered. And
Right.
the guy after Zach Wilde is the guy whose name you don't know, and that's proving my
Oh,
point.
the guy after Zach Wilde. I thought you were
Right.
talking about before. No.
No, I said after like 5 times.
Oh, okay, no. Okay, sorry.
That is the word I use. It's the opposite of
Got your
before.
fucking knickers in a twist, man.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, this bridge right here.
Doesn't exactly rhyme, but we're Swedish. So.
Want and don't do rhyme in Swedish when you're saying it in English.
All right. Now here's the next one is a really great example of what some people think is the best power metal and some people think is the worst power metal. And I'm gonna play the only song they've ever written because they're all the same song.
We know what's coming, don't we? Yeah, there we
Oh, Christ.
go. Through the bollocks.
Through the fire and the flames, if I remember
Through the
correctly.
bollocks and wankery.
Do you wish that the guitars in your power metal sounded more like they were generated by an 8-bit video game console? Then this
Yes.
is the band for you.
Full disclosure,
looking at my
this is my
source.
least favorite power metal band.
Mine too. See, I don't hear any guitars.
This riff is not even interesting.
Yeah. No, when I finally saw them live last year is when I realized how full of shit they are. Like, just, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's really like... And whammy pedal, mostly. And murdering drummers. Because, like, they go through drummers like crazy, and I know why. Because they make them play... They make them play shit like this, and you watch the guy, and he's just like... Everyone else in the band is just like...
Just rocking out.
Because one thing I realized is that every song they play is in double time. That's like the sound. It's double
Yes.
time. And so everybody else though could just play like is playing like in regular time or just like power chords sometimes, and you're like. That's a lot easier than doing the same thing on drums with like 4 limbs.
Far beyond things. It sounds like someone took something from a Tolkien book, and the amount of times that are far beyond and waiting for things.
Look, I could go on forever listing the things that I don't like about the band, but they're just... Lyrically, they're very uninteresting. There's nothing technically really complex or interesting about what they're doing.
Right.
They're just fast.
They're just fast.
It's pop accessible power metal.
And
is
the,
what it
well,
is.
and
And
the worst
yeah,
part,
they're very
well, there are
catchy.
2 worst parts. The first one is they can't even play this stuff live. I've had friends who go to see them live, and because it's so fast, they're entirely a studio band.
People have tried to convince me that they've gotten better, but like I said, I saw them last year and I was like, they've gotten better. I mean, they're all right, but it's just like you see in person how stupid it is. Like the little like 2-note riffs, like, but it's just 2 notes. And so on the album, if you harmonize it and pitch shift it and whammy it, it sounds like a cool video game or whatever, I guess. But yeah, I just,
It definitely has that 8-bit video game
and
feel.
they still have that terrible guitar tone live.
Yeah. Well, and all of that aside, I could get behind it if everything else, for all of their technical shortcomings, I could get behind it if there was just one thing, if they just didn't take themselves too seriously. But they
Right, they
do.
don't- there's no
They're
sense of
such
irony.
I
pricks about
actually
it.
No
don't think they
sense.
take themselves seriously at all.
Well,
the
not
amount
like.
of times I've seen Herman Lee just fuck up and go, oops, a daisy, fail.
Well, yeah, but in the sense that they don't seem to think their music is silly.
No, and that's exactly.
Right.
I don't mean like just shrugging
It's
off
like
a technical
Any
error.
sillier
You know
than
what?
power metal as a genre?
No, but that's
Okay.
what I mean. Like,
That brings up a song that I did not put
power
on.
metal
or
is
a band.
embracing the cheese
All right.
from what I've gotten.
Now I have
but
to.
that's exactly
nope.
my point.
Now I have to prove you.
They take this super. They're so serious.
I'm gonna
Here's-
make a preemptive assertion here that what you're about to play me, I'll probably not deem as what I think power metal is.
Well,
which
it's
I have no
probably-
right to say, because the
probably-
definition of power metal for what all you buggers think it is what the world has said it is. Therefore, I cannot disagree with that.
What I'm about to play,
Because the
I
majority
didn't put on the
agrees.
list because
I like how
it's
we're
not,
all buggers.
It's not strictly speaking power metal. It's
just
again,
you two.
It's American power metal,
Matt.
which is a different animal, and also I would consider this more proto power metal because again, it's from the 80s, predates a lot of it.
Okay.
And is I'm not going to play the song I want to play because it's more likely to freak people out.
Shout at the devil.
But this one's still pretty silly.
Yeah, that's not power metal to me. Already.
Wow, I haven't heard this song in forever.
It's metal
either.
about metal though, and that's why it fits.
Recursive metal.
It's fucking southern, like, hair metal.
Okay, so you don't know Man of War, is what you're saying.
That's Man of War. Oh.
Yeah, this is metal.
Yeah. Okay, no, I take it back. Let me play the one I wanted to play, but it'll take a while to. It takes a while to get into the real power metal-y part of it, but there's also a lot more rape in it. But,
Jesus.
which is why I wasn't gonna play it. But you made me.
Oh,
So-
how did I make you? You want me to?
Because you were right. The other one wasn't a power metal song. This one is.
So, disclaimer, this is all Jamie's fault.
yes.
Man, I have said the least I've said in any fucking bloody podcast for once.
But it's had an impact.
Oh God, I should just plow more down and then I could say stupid shit.
This is Hail and Kill by Man of War. The loudest metal band, I guess. Which is like, I don't
That's a
understand
strange
why
thing to
that's a
hang
thing
your
to be
hat on.
How are they the loudest metal
That's an
band?
example of a thing that if they weren't taking themselves seriously, you'd be like, haha, that's pretty funny.
Did
that
you
they
mean
joke."
loud as in their attitude and appearance and such?
The previous song, one of the first lyrics was,
Yes.
Man of War, living on the road. When we're in town, speakers explode.
Oh, okay.
They have many songs about blowing up your speakers. And if it's not,
Motorhead would have
Yeah.
begged to differ. Would have.
they also have my other favorite song is Brothers of Metal, or Brothers of Steel, where they say, if you're not into metal, you are not my friend. That and Wimps, it was, something about wimps and posers leave the hall. They talk a lot about posers and stuff like that.
Hey Matt, what power metal do you listen to?
Almost none. I have to be honest. The last time I listened to power metal, it was when I was dating a metal chick in college.
And it was an accident, right?
It was.
See, this
This
is power metal.
She would put on Glory Hammer if I slept
Oh
over.
no!
That's my exposure.
You
Wait,
poor
wait.
motherfucker!
In college, you heard Glory Hammer?
Yeah,
How long ago were you in college?
about 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Just
That
about.
sounds about
I was
right.
gonna say, we were gonna say you're ahead of the curve, man.
Well, he's my age, so I mean,
Yeah,
but
I've seen some things in my travels, and Glory Hammer was one of them.
I
Apparently,
didn't put any Glory Hammer on this playlist.
Please
because we
for a
already
good
please
reason.
don't.
No, 'cause we already
You're like many a flaccid night has been the glory.
we already suffered through them on the gimmick metal episode.
Oh God. You just have to remember from a Scottish person, Angus McFife is not his name. Fucking sweet.
All right, now even though Rich and Eric will strongly disagree with me, I think this is one of the power metal bands that I kept listening to after I had, for all intents and purposes, stopped listening to power metal.
Okay, before you play this, so this is something you like, right? Oh, I'm just asking.
Yes, I'm explaining that and why, and it's because if you want, essentially, power metal has become pop metal. It's metal that is straightforward and catchy, and everybody and it's this. It's the same attitude, like, well, it's catchy. It's like, okay, well, catchy is a thing. It doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but it's certainly easy to listen to, which used to be the opposite of what metal was kind of, going for in a lot of ways, at least for the average person. But anyway, so this band, as far as pop metal goes, and kind of like writing like not super unpredictable song structures, but I'm just gonna play it. It's Camelot with a K.
I had a friend in college who was big into Camelot.
I mean, I don't admit it in public or anything, but
And he didn't either. I'm just outing him right here on this podcast.
also I'm pretty, they've really hit that sort of doing the same thing every album now phase. Plus they replaced the singer with another guy who they got to sing exactly like the old guy. It's like, good. Don't want to sound different at all or anything like that. But, you know, plenty of jack, you know, fast chugga-chuggas. Even when power metal bands don't have a keyboardist, there's usually, like, some keyboards that in the studio they added because otherwise it didn't quite sound like power metal.
Yeah,
or
keyboards or synths, something
or
along the
it
lines.
sounds like Unleash the Archers, who sound like they need a keyboardist because everybody's just playing chugga-chugga power chords and there's, like, nothing happening above, like, that frequency range. So... So the next one is going to be a great example of what is easily both the best and worst, like at the same time, kind of. Oh yeah. So what I forgot to kind of like say was the overall premise of this episode is now here's some power metal. How bad should you feel about listening about liking it?
Well, and because you covered this a little bit, but one of the interesting things, because I looked at that Facebook post as it was kind of happening.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned this before we started the podcast. A lot of times, the songs that some people said were the best and the worst were the same songs,
Yes.
which is really,
Yes.
really interesting.
Exactly. Well, and a bunch of people immediately were like, well, hey, man, I don't really like listen to power metal that much, and when I do, it's kind of a guilty pleasure because I know it's all cheesy and terrible. But anyway, here are the songs that I think are good and bad, but I'm not really sure which is which, and maybe I would flip them around on a different day. So it's basically like, there's a lot of guilt in power metal, which, I don't know, I don't believe it, but that's the thing. I'm like, well, so you know that this is like the pop music of metal, basically, only without actually being popular and helping you to meet people of the opposite sex or same sex, whichever you prefer. This also ties into Rich and I had a brief conversation on some episode about we were going to talk about sacrificing coolness to metal. How at some point getting into metal, we realized like this is not cool right now, and this is not going to help me in my social life. But oh well, too late. I guess I like metal now. All right, screw these guys. So. Another common thing in which, okay, so another issue that happens with power metal is a lot of people suggest stuff that I consider a little too much something else to be like pure power metal. It's going for very much, so there's a little bit of neoclassical in this. This is Stradivarius, a lot of Yngwie influence. Yngwie is another guy who it's like, some of his songs are kind of power metal songs, but really he predates it, so it's like neoclassical metal is a precursor to some power metal. Usually it's like a little bit, usually like most power metal, even if it's neoclassical, isn't as neoclassical as Yngwie, who's just constantly like, repeating Bach figures and stuff. But there's still that little bit of like harpsichord sound, and I don't know. This is an album that I still like, but there's probably a lot of nostalgia reasons for it, because I got into this when I was just getting into or when I was just discovering power metal, because these guys have been one of the biggest European power metal bands. They're Finnish, which is one of the reasons the singer has extra funky accents, and but they played this whole album last time they were at Prague Power as like an anniversary thing, and it was great because I was just like, that's the album I listened to. Like that and like 2 or 3 random other songs, and then I moved on to other bands because I was so quickly like listening to new stuff all the time. It was like the better it was, the more it stuck around, but some stuff you're just like, that's why I'm very familiar with Rhapsody, but I've never really listened to Rhapsody that much. I very quickly was like, All right, I'll keep this handy the next time there's a Dungeons and Dragons game I'm going to, but I don't care about the story of your Dungeons and Dragons game, Luca Turilli. Okay, so... Oh, man. This one, I think this is one of the worst power metal bands, but some people would think the complete opposite. Also, I think the song is based on the 90s TV show of the same name starring Lorenzo Lamas. This is Hammerfall with Renegade.
Hammerfall.
Also one of the worst Swedish bands, like, ever, maybe. This is their third album, but it sounds an awful lot like their first and second album. I have to at least play this one through the chorus, because for some reason this chorus pops into my head a lot whenever I want to be like, I'm a renegade! Renegade! Outlaw chasing out. See, I can't 100% say that this is based on the TV show, but some of it lines up with the story.
Chugga, chugga, chugga. So now that you've told me this, I'm never going to be able to hear Renegade without hearing this song ever again.
Exactly.
And I hope you have Hearts on Fire on here because you're
yes,
welcome.
Yes.
I'm going to tell that story.
We're going to double up on Hammerfall because they wrote a song so much worse than this song that I had to also include it. This one personally amuses me, but yeah. And I forgot about it, and then Eric mentioned it, and I was like, why don't I remember? And I played it, and I laughed so hard at that, which you heard enough. This just goes on like this the rest of the thing, because it's power metal. So this is Hearts on Fire, and this might be the cheesiest power metal song
Oh, it's
ever.
ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Ever. Same song structure as the other song.
I'll tell my story once we get to the chorus.
They've already heard the call and stolen a crown.
Okay, so I was going through a mall a couple years ago with my girlfriend at the time, and we had walked past one of those generic jewelry stores, you know, the kind that, you know, people go to buy their engagement rings at. And we had this new poster up that was written in all this, like, it had these two, like, heavily photoshopped, beautiful people, you know, kissing, and all of this, like, really cursive italics letters about proposing to your girlfriend, buying the right ring. They were advertising this new cut diamonds, and at the bottom of the poster it said, it was something about set her heart on fire. And as soon as I saw that, I just burst out laughing, because as soon as I saw Hearts on Fire, I just immediately thought of this song. And my girlfriend was just like, well, that's so romantic. Like, why would you laugh at that? I was like, no, you don't understand.
Also, this, oh god, what year did this come out? Because it's really relevant to how cliche it is.
I gotta be honest, this chorus sounds like the intro music to like an early 90s action cartoon. Like I'm picturing
Right,
like SWAT cats right now.
Yes, and it came out in 2002.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
Right. So, yes, and they rhymed fire and desire.
Yeah.
In 2002.
So strong linguists in
that
this
was
band.
a cliche in the 80s, and yeah. So, this is the main issue with power metal. It's sort of just like The 80s ended. La 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 la. I can't hear you. I don't know what you're talking about. Still sounds like the 80s to me. That's pretty much the prevailing. Which, to some degree, might be because America turned hard on it, but Europe was just like, hey man, whatever you want to do. And so a bunch of like dudes in. That was a nondescript European accent, which is why it didn't sound like any actual European
Who grew
accent.
up in Cuba? Like,
Right, whatever. They kept doing the stuff.
I had never heard that accent before to represent any European group.
Right, I couldn't pick one, so I just did one that was none of them.
so he did all of them.
That was a perfect mathematical average of all European accents. I dare you to prove me wrong. All right, enough of this fucking song. God, this is the one that was suggested. There's another one that's also awful, but this one is called We Are Pirates. It's a band. They're called Orden Ogan, or as I like to refer to them, Odin's Organ, because that's actual words. But instead they're just like Swedish nonsense.
Jamie's already over this song.
And you should be. It's terrible. And to be more again, this is chronology matters. This came out in 2010. And you're going to hear a song that sounds pretty much like that 1988 power metal song from Halloween.
It looks like we're killing Jamie.
I don't feel like you were prepared for this episode. Like,
I'm prepared. Whenever you want me to say shit, I'll say shit.
you can say shit whenever you want.
Yeah.
That's what your microphone's for.
That's the point of the podcast.
How about you both go eat a fucking bag of dicks, you power metal loving son of a bitches?
I'm waiting for the song to get to the part where it's funny, but I don't know. I don't remember if it actually is.
I mean, I think this part's kind of funny.
It is,
Ditto.
because it's bad, but it gets worse. The other song that has a video that my friend referenced, because it sort of looks like Fallout, like a lot of the costumes and stuff, and the song, at least the chorus goes, "We should die for the things we believe in," and I'm like, I agree, because apparently you believe in cheesy power metal with no original ideas in it, so I agree, but they're still alive. I'm sorry, this is too bad. I can't even wait for the chorus. This album by Jag Panzer called Thane to the Throne, which is based on Macbeth, and it's still kind of a power metal album, so it's kind of silly, but I don't know, I like it. And at least it's American, so it's a little different sound than the like European Halloween-based stuff. But it's still power metal. There's also the obvious references to characters from Macbeth. See, even when you're like, this is good, well, it's power metal that is better than worse power metal. It's like you're basically just I'm trying to be like, no, this is the good stuff, and then I play it, and I'm like, well, wait, let me clarify.
Let me clarify this, yeah.
Let me
qualify this.
I really did like this album, though.
This one still has a lot more heavy metal influences in it, too.
Yes. Also, I believe Chris Broderick is on this album, because he was still in Jag Panzer at the time, before Nevermore and then eventually Megadeth. I was originally going to play the Jag Panzer song Iron Eagle, which features Chris Broderick doing ridiculous like sweep arpeggios, but in like the late 90s, so like way better than most people were doing at the time. Now everyone's just like, yeah, sweep arpeggios, who gives a shit? Like everybody, like there's 50 videos on YouTube about how to do that, but he was just like, and but this is a better song. And frankly, cheesy metal lyrics are fairly, seem like a reasonable thing for something based on Shakespeare, right? Because like you can't be like, come on, man, those lyrics are super cheesy, and you're like, well, have you seen Shakespeare? Like, as far as the language goes, this is like, you're not going to take actual Shakespeare and try to make it into a song. So it's like, it translates, I think, to like a metal.
And thematically, it makes a little bit more sense for the older stories, which had a little bit more flair to them to begin with.
Right, yeah. All right, a little heavy on the phrasing of like, I commit this day. I get forcing some rhymes in there, but I'll start setting up the next one. All right, this next one we might actually do this. So there's this. There's a band called Ignao, the German power metal band. I don't know why I want to mention that they're frequently referred to as Ignao, but that's what you get in the metal scene. But that is there's a reason that's relevant. I know, because they literally one of the times I saw them at Prague Power, the singer Tobias Sammet, who is responsible for this side project that we're about to hear, just randomly yells out, "What would Ignao be without the gays?" And we were like, "Excuse me? What?" Okay. You said it. But so he did this project called Avantasia, the metal opera. It's like a rock opera, but it's metal. And it has that German singer Michael Kiske, who used to be in Halloween. And it just happens to be a very representative song of power metal. We might do an episode because although I don't plan to go to it, and I haven't listened to anything since the second album. This is off the first album, which I listened to. The second one came out, and I'm like, this sounds exactly the same, so I'm out. And he kept making albums. And they're playing a New York show, which a guy I know, a promoter I know on Facebook, is promoting. And I'm thinking we're going to do an episode where we talk about that show when it's like coming up, which I think is in April. And then maybe listen to some of their newer stuff, which I have not heard, and maybe we can do like a real-time, unprepared reaction to it, and see how that goes. In the meantime, this is from their first album. This is very heavy on the cheese. Starts with a wah. Wah! That's the Tobias from Ignao. But since it's a metal opera, there's multiple people on it, and they're singing different parts. And there's a story, but it's kind of dumb.
I think all three of us flinched at the same time. I couldn't see Matt Soares, but
Definitely. Same reaction as what the fuck is happening right now.
So a lot of power metal, you can do like the jogging dance to. That's like how you know it's power metal. Which you can't see right now, but it's like if you move your arms like you're jogging, but you're dancing.
I feel like for some of these we should have like a webcam going.
Right, no, I almost brought a camera to do like the... Originally when I was preparing this playlist, I was thinking we were going to need a posing cam, so when I was like, whoa, and like doing the like fist and which you also can't see right now, but I'm like gesturing, like if I gesture while I pretend to sing along with it, That is common power metal practice, and we should have a opposing cam. But
So I can't help but notice, but they're basically just transitioning from all of what I would consider the standard rhythm progressions of power metal, all in one song. Just like, oh, we're doing this, now we're doing this, now we're doing this, now we're doing this.
at least there's like, I will say, at least there's dynamics, right? At least there's like a faster part, and they slow it down, they speed it up, and there's some ebb and flow. Except for that, that's just silly.
Except for that, which is just off key and very painful.
No, it's on key. It's the wonderful technique that he uses that is detrimental to the longevity of your ears, and your brain, and everything else in your life.
Yep.
I like the drummer.
This is definitely idiomatic to power metal. Next one? Alright, this is the last one I have on the playlist. This takes a while to get going, so I can intro it. This is Rebellion in Dreamland by Gamma Ray, which is the...
Gamma Ray. Wow.
When
You're a bloody power metal buffer.
Kai Hansen is the guitarist and
Kylo Ren?
original vocalist for Halloween.
Okay.
He left Halloween, and Halloween continued on without him, even though it was originally his band, and he started Gamma Ray, which sounds exactly like Halloween.
I mean, that would...
Only he decided to sing again, which is great, because he sounds like a really nasal, like, munchkin.
I can't tell whether you think that would be good or bad for power
It's
metal.
funny.
Okay.
It's certainly entertaining.
That's what
I actually like this song, but like it's like the one Gamma Ray song I genuinely like, and then everything else
Most
like
power
I
metal
just-
singers sound like nasal munchkins.
Yes, probably because they're copying him.
Yeah,
That's
most
fine.
things will go back to Halloween, Gamma Ray, like that era of music. So
Yeah. When did this come out, actually? $1995.
This was 95?
Yep.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, see, in Europe, they just kept going with the metal, and in America, people were like, oh, you can't sound like the 80s anymore.
I was gonna say the '80s never ended in some places.
Exactly. I think I mostly just like the song because it's long and has a bunch of different parts and like rise and fall and stuff and like that. But I did get bored when I was listening to it for the playlist. I would have it. I was like, I get the point. But then somebody else, like two people, posted it on that Facebook post, like Gamma Ray, blah blah blah, Rebellion and Dreamland. Like, all right, I'll put Rebellion and Dreamland on there. This isn't the funniest song with him singing nasally, though. There's a song by Blind Guardian where he is a guest vocalist on it, and the back and forth between Hansi Kirsch from Blind Guardian, who has a very distinct singing style, and Kai Hansen, who sounds like a little gnome or something. It's they used to do very Blind Guardian. Actually, I do have a few more which are on. They're just not on Spotify, so I have to load YouTube. But Blind Guardian is one of them, and all right, get the idea. Yeah, let me check my backup list. Oh right, I have an Angra one too. Angra I almost didn't include because they're so close to progressive at times, but then at times they're just like straight up power metal. So
Because of what?
because they they're Brazilian, and their early stuff there was actually a lot of like Brazilian music integrated into the power metal.
So time signature changes.
Well, like Brazilian polyrhythms.
Okay.
Which I could play you that, but it's too good for the power metal episode. Like it's.
We'll have to keep that for something else.
There isn't. Here's the one I'm gonna play that. I'll do Blind Guardian after it, but
Blind Melon.
this is one that somebody suggested, and I happen to really like it. And it's like basically them doing like one of their most straightforward songs ever, but it's actually a really good song. It's called Metal Icarus.
Ooh.
Metal Icarus. It's by Angra.
Icarus lives.
And this is when they still had the original vocalist. This is a YouTube ad. All right, here we go.
I got that reference.
This is from the last album with Andre Matos, the original singer. An underappreciated album. Also, to remind everyone that we're getting one side of the mix. This probably sound way cooler with both sides, but next time. So here come the absurd high notes. Or wait, after the chorus. They're almost too interesting to be like a real power metal band, but all right. So the last one I got is Blind Guardian, and this is, in my opinion, their best album, but it's also this is from Nightfall in Middle Earth, which is their album based on the Silmarillion, and damn it, YouTube. Therefore, like, the nerdiest metal album of all time. But if you're gonna listen to album based on Tolkien, this is like the one to listen to, if you ask me. Oh, damn it! Fucking YouTube. Oh. Hate you so much. And there's an elf on the cover.
There is.
He's an elf.
In an appropriately epic cover artwork.
In my opinion, this is the best D&D metal you can get.
When did this album come out?
I want to say late 90s? Not sure. If I check now, it will stop playing it.
Right,
so
yeah.
I'll check in a minute. They're known for layering a lot of guitars and vocals.
So these guys are definitely from England.
Germany.
Well, they have phenomenal English accents.
However, they will be featured on... at some point, we have to do an episode on ESL lyrics. Lyrics written by European bands for whom English is a second language. And they did, and who at no point do any European bands ever seem to like
This guy seemed or
check,
well,
like proofread.
If it's the one dude like layering it, then
Yeah.
it sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah. The thing that sucks is after this, like they kind of overdid it. They went overboard with the layering, and like now recently they've scaled it back again to like this. But this was like the perfect balance,
Because
and then they
bring
kept
it
going.
live.
It's like they nailed it, and then they kept going. I really like this album. So anybody have any other power metal songs they think we should throw in? Nope. So I guess what have we learned anything today?
So I will say personally, this podcast was very interesting for me because I know you touched on this at the beginning, but I had always been aware that power metal in particular is a genre that is very heavily influenced by what we would consider, Halloween, all these guys, the pioneers in the late 70s to the 80s. But listening to all the songs that we've covered so far really emphasized to me how much that is actually true. You can listen to all these songs and hear all of the mechanics and all of the kind of, not even just the riffs, but the motifs that are still the same as the original power metal
Yes.
riffs that were developed by Halloween, by Dio, some of the things that Jamie had mentioned. And it was just really interesting to actually hear all of, because I've never actually done this before, listen to all of these different bands across the past 2 decades, back to back, to hear all of the similarities that still kind of carry from the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's like the kind of the definition I was trying to go for with that whole like best worst thing, and telling everyone like that doesn't count, was that like right? There's certain things that have stayed consistent, and if somebody says power metal, like most people seem to go like, oh well, like especially if you don't like power metal, you're just like, that's what power metal sounds like. That is the stuff I do not want to hear at all. But for other people, they're like, yeah, it's great. And some people are like, I like it, but I don't tell anybody about it. And it's a guilty pleasure. Like, well, all right. I don't believe in feeling guilty when I listen to music, but whatever. Though we will be doing a Guilty Pleasures episode, which will be interesting because we will bring all the shame.
And you'll all be there with us.
Yes. Nice resolution. Sonata Arctica, I was going to play a very unrepresentative song, although I think it's representative of power metal. Here, I'll just play it now anyway. I just think it's a very, very silly song. From the first Sonata Arctica album, there's a song called Kingdom for a Heart. Other people suggested other Sonata Arctica, but I stopped listening after this album.
Wow.
They will be featured on the ESL episode because they're Finnish and as such pronounce a lot of stuff very unusually. I give a kingdom. Oh man, I used to. These guys are strong cheese pioneers in the field of.
This is something that I've heard in all Sonata Arctic songs. Every time they say kingdom, I swear to God, I know they're saying kingdom, but I hear ding dong. like that's what I hear every single time, and I just laugh every single time.
If I only had a heart. Okay. Then how are you singing right now? Oh, I guess it's a metaphor. Chugga, 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 chugga. That was probably enough Sonata Arctica. It's not their most popular song or anything. It's just the one that I remember because I stopped listening after that. But I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, so I don't know why we decided. I think you are familiar with James is familiar with some power metal, and we were like, oh well, we could talk about power metal, and we're like, why not? And apparently, I know a lot of people who are familiar with power metal, although a lot of them are apparently reformed power metal fans who are like, well, listen, man, I don't really listen to this stuff anymore.
Asterisk, yeah.
And when I do, I feel bad about it. But here's the songs I listen to. And then they were basically like, the bad list I still kind of love anyway because I know what it is.
There's a certain charm to it, though.
Right. There's a reason. I mean, and again, I'm just like, well, and I'm in favor of just like, who cares, right? Like, just I don't believe in feeling guilty about the music. Like, there's a reason you listen to it. Not all music has to be amazing and have like super artistic depth.
Right. Or it's like extremely innovative for the genre.
Right. It's like it's pop music. It's at some point, again, I in a lot of ways I think you could easily call a lot of modern power metal pop metal, although they would be insulted by it to some degree. Some of them would. Some, I don't know, I occasionally meet metal musicians who like instead of the whole, metal and screw mainstream stuff, they're basically like, hey man, if I could write pop songs, I totally would, because it's actually really hard. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think that's true. I think that's the people. I think that's the thing that people who write pop songs try to convince you, so that you'll continue paying them lots of money to write pop songs. But I don't know. And if I don't play this, then Rich and Eric will get mad because we've all agreed that this is the best power metal album ever. It is Labyrinth, Return to Heaven Denied, not to be confused with the sequel.
Thank you,
Return to Heaven Denied 2, or as we like to refer to it, Return to Heaven Denied. But this song, despite the chorus lyrics, which are, like a thunder, my rage could explode right in your face. But despite that, this is a fantastic power metal song. So... These guys are Italian, which you'll be able to tell from the chorus. Like a thunder.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, we could let's should we suffer through some Glory Hammer to prove a point about
Just because we've talked about it
Glory,
so much tonight.
They're like, to me, they're the like power metal just going right up its own ass. Like, just like no attempt at like having anything to say. Just let's just write silly lyrics about silly things that don't mean anything, and that'll be terrific. Do we want to hear the space one or the silly fantasy one? Those are the two things you can write power metal.
Wow,
about.
they cover both aspects of it at the same
Right.
time. That would be a great outro for the podcast.
The first one was the one that I angered Jamie with, Tales from the Kingdom of Fife. Ugh. Is that the name of the album?
song?
That's the name of the album.
I wouldn't even look
That
at
has
the name
Angus
of the bloody
MacFife
album.
on
Right,
it.
Yeah. No, that's the bloody name of the song that I would not be okay
When did
with.
this happen?
And then the second
A
album.
while ago.
The second album is Space 1992: Rise of the Chaos Wizards.
Oh, that was quite a while after, but still not so much angering, but sadness.
Yeah, that's the one where I was just
Pain.
like, so you're really just like.
Well, it's like, they
let's just-
shat on Dragon Force's lyrics and then, recycled that paper and then, spat it back out, and it somehow just became more depressing at that point.
Let's see if Universe on Fire sounds anything like Hearts on Fire.
Oh dear.
Whoa.
Oh, we listened to this one before. I didn't realize this is one. I thought this was a new song. It's not. It's one of the ones we listened to on. These guys are. They're gonna be at Prague Power, but I don't have a ticket to them, and I'm probably not gonna try to get one.
Love that drum
A lot of
set they're
people
using.
are really excited though about these guys.
Pop accessible, why not? Chris Barrow is from Maelstrom, why not? Exactly, you can do the joggy thing.
Wait, why are there Heroes of Dundee on the 1992 Space Wizard
Oh,
album?
Stuart at Lakilla would be so mad at that.
We'll play it for him one of these nights.
No, never. So we want to get kicked out and have twice the tab that we came in.
Is this it?
Yeah, I wanted to hear what Heroes of Dundee and how they tied Scotland into the space theme. Intro too long, don't care anymore.
I was gonna say, wow, this is awful.
I gave up. Yeah. Anyway,
Dear God.
so the point is, listen to all the power metal you want. It's just that you should feel bad about at least like half of it.
Thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you haven't already at iTunes or yourmusicisbad.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at TheOneTrueMatt. And we'll see you next time. YMIBpodcast@gmail.com. Send us an electronic mail.